Yesterday, it's an all damn week. Going from yesterday an all damn week, basically, the impeachment proceedings for 45 has been going on. Um, and the republicans decided they were gonna attack, and they stormed the impeachment proceedings. That's because they're ignorant fucks, and they got nothing better to do than to be ignorant assholes, like they are. The Senate Republicans introduced on Thursday a resolution condemning the Democratic-led impeachment inquiry, offering a symbolic objection to the investigation a day after Republicans in the House stormed a secure room in the Capitol to disrupt it. That's because they're fucking ignorant pricks. Under pressure to defend 45 amid damaging revelations about his conduct, senators appeared to have settled instead on denouncing the impeachment inquiry that has uncovered them, giving anxious Republicans a chance to air their complaints about the process. Led by Senator Dumbass Lindsey Graham, Republicans of South Carolina and the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, has fiercely defended the squatter. The Senate resolution accuses Democrats in the House of conducting an unfair secret inquiry designed to embarrass 45 without giving him the ability to defend himself. Well, 45 is capable of embarrassing himself and embarrassing the whole world in general. This is un-American at its core. Yeah, 45 is un-American to the core. Um, 45, actually, the dumbass Lindsey Graham added all I'm asking is to give 45 the same rights as Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton had when it comes to impeachment. The efforts to attack the impeachment process in the House and Senate are an attempt to undermine public support for the inquiry, as a stream of witnesses from inside 45's own government have delivered day after day of damning testimony about the squatter's campaign to pressure Ukraine for his own political gain. On Thursday, there was a pause in the back-to-back depositions as the House honored the late Representative Elijah Cummings, who died last week. He was a Democrat from Maryland, but behind-the-scenes work continued to push the inquiry forward. Impeachment investigators have negotiated in recent days with the lawyer for the former National Security Advisor, John Bolton, about a date for him to be deposed behind closed doors. According to two people briefed on the matter, the lawyer, Charles J. Cooper, declined to comment. The revelations from the investigation so far have been increasingly difficult for some Republicans to defend, but opposition to the way the inquiry has been conducted has more or less unified the party. The approach also reflects a recognition among Republicans that polls show that a majority of the public now supports the impeachment inquiry, if not 45's removal, putting additional pressure on some of their members to either support it or explain why they do not. Frustration among Republicans about impeachment and their need to find ways to deflect attention from it intensified after Tuesday's explosive testimony from William Taylor, the top American diplomat in Ukraine, who offered excruciating detail of a Ukraine quid pro quo by 45 and what he described as an irregular diplomatic channel overseen by dumbass Giuliani, the squatter's personal attorney. House Republicans on Wednesday sowed chaos on Capitol Hill with the protests in the secure rooms of the House Intelligence Committee that delayed testimony by Laura Cooper, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Russia, Ukraine, and Eurasia, for more than 5 hours. If the intentions of House members was to please 45, it worked on Thursday. The squatter heaped praise on the Republican lawmakers on Twitter. Now it's the Senate's turn. The resolution condemning the House investigation was also sponsored by Senator Turtle McConnell, or Moscow Mitch, is better named, Republicans of Kentucky, and the majority leader, who on Tuesday called the emphasis unprecedented and grossly unfair. It's technically not unfair. He added that the squatter has legitimate complaints about the process. No, he doesn't. Senior Republican aides said the resolution was not expected to come to the Senate floor for a vote until next week, at the earliest. And Democrats are shrugging off the Republican complaints about process as they march forward with at least another week of closed-door depositions aimed at adding to the evidence of wrongdoing by 45 of the people around him. An official worker working on the investigation said that one former and one current National Security Council official would sit for questioning next week. Charles Kupperman, who served until last month as Deputy National Security Advisor at the White House, was scheduled to sit for questioning on Monday, but Kupperman's name has appeared only rarely in accounts of the Ukraine scandal. But he works closely with John Bolton, the squatter's former National Security Advisor, who has been described in testimony as by what appeared to be pressure on the Ukrainians by 45 and his allies Timothy Morrison, the senior director for Europe and Russia on the National Security Council, is scheduled to appear next Thursday and would be the first current White House official to speak with investigators. Morrison this summer succeeded Fiona Hill, who has already told lawmakers about the alarm, and Bolton registered over the events. Taylor testified that Morrison had intimate knowledge of the pressure campaign, including conversations involving American um, of the pressure campaign, including conversation involving American and Ukrainian officials. Let's see here. It was made clear, that 45 had frozen $391 million in security assistance meant for Ukraine until its leaders committed to investigating former Vice President Joe Biden and his family, as well as unfounded allegations about the 2016 election. The committees were already scheduled to hear in closed session on Saturday from Philip Rieker, the acting Assistant Secretary of the European and Eurasian Affairs at the State Department. Yep.